Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video, we are diving into one of the most iconic RPG stories in gaming history, Final Fantasy IV. Final Fantasy IV for the Nintendo DS is a full 3D remake of the original classic, which first hit North America as Final Fantasy II for the SNES. Final Fantasy IV marked a major turning point for the series by introducing deep character development and the active time battle system. We'll get into the background and the evolution of the game in a little, but before we get any further, make sure to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss any updates. Now without further ado, let's get it. Final Fantasy IV DS was released as part of the Final Fantasy series' 20th anniversary celebrations, launching on December 20th, 2007 in Japan and July 22nd, 2008 in North America. Developed by Matrix Software, the same team behind the 3D remake of Final Fantasy III, and published by Square Enix. This version didn't just slap on new graphics, it expanded on the gameplay, deepened the story, and brought full voice acting to key scenes, making it one of the definitive ways to experience this legendary tale. Unlike later Final Fantasy titles that explored more futuristic settings, Final Fantasy IV stays true to its high fantasy roots, with crystals, airships, and epic battles against the forces of evil. It also became the first Final Fantasy to flesh out a full sweeping cast of characters, giving each of them real motivations and growth throughout the story. The DS version only strengthened this, making it one of the definitive chapters in the Final Fantasy series timeline. So, let's get into the story. The Kingdom of Baron, once a beacon of strength, descends into darkness. Without warning, it wages a ruthless military campaign against the neighboring nations. Cecil Harvey, the Lord Captain of Baron's Air Force, the Red Wings, carries out an attack on the peaceful town of Mysidia and steals its sacred water crystal. Haunted by the bloodshed, Cecil confronts the King of Baron about their violent orders. Instead of answers, he is stripped of his rank. Afterward, when Kain Highwind, Cecil's loyal friend, defends him, the king punishes them both, ordering them to deliver a package to the village of Mist and slay its guardian, Eidolon. Before they depart, Cecil's love, Rosa Farrell, and old friend, engineer Sid Paladina, try to comfort him, yet they too feel uneasy over Baron's growing cruelty. Battling through Mist Cave, Cecil and Kain defeat the dragon Eidolon, guarding the exit. However, upon arriving in Mist, the package, containing a carnelian signet, releases bomb monsters that burn the village to the ground. Amid the wreckage, they find Rydia, a young girl mourning her mother, the dragon summoner, killed by the death of the Eidolon. Horrified, Cecil tries to rescue Rydia, but in her grief, she summons Titan, causing a massive earthquake. When it settles, Kain vanishes and Rydia falls unconscious. Cecil carries her to the nearby town of Kaipo. That night, Baron soldiers attempt to kill Rydia, but Cecil defends her, earning her fragile trust. The next day, they discover Rosa, who had followed Cecil, is stricken with desert fever. The only cure is a sand pearl from Dam Cyan, and Cecil vows to find it. Along the way, they meet the sage Tella, who is seeking his daughter Anna, who eloped with a bard. Together, they reach Dam Cyan just as the Red Wings bomb the castle and steal the fire crystal. Inside the devastated castle, they find Anna and Edward the Bard. Anna dies shielding Edward during the attack. Tella, enraged, swears revenge on Golbez, the Red Wings' new commander. Grief-stricken Edward, after being scolded by Cecil and Rydia, agrees to help find the Sand Pearl. Eventually, they defeat the Antleon and retrieve the cure. After healing Rosa, she warns them that Baron plans to attack Fabul next for its wind crystal. Despite Cecil's protests, Rosa joins them. Crossing Mount Hobbs, they meet the Fabul monk Yang, who helps them defend Fabul from the Red Wings. Despite their efforts, the Red Wings overwhelm them. In the Crystal Chamber, Kain reappears and battles Cecil. Rosa's plea, however, makes Kain hesitate, but Golbez arrives, defeats the party, steals the Wind Crystal, and abducts Rosa. Determined to rescue her, Cecil, Rydia, Edward, and Yang pursue Golbez by sea, but Leviathan attacks, scattering the group. Cecil washes ashore, alone in Mysidia, where the townspeople curse him for his crimes. Seeking redemption, Cecil meets the Elder, who tasks him with climbing Mount Ordeals to become a Paladin. Twin mage prodigies, Palom and Porum, accompany him. On Mount Ordeals, Cecil reunites with Tella, seeking the meteor spell to destroy Golbez. Golbez sends the Earth Archfiend, Scarmiglione, but Cecil's party triumphs. At the summit, a mysterious voice calls Cecil's son and tests him by confronting him with a reflection of his Dark Knight self. The voice, his father, blesses him with light. After this, Tella regains his full memory and masters Meteor. The Elder then arms Cecil with the myth-graven blade and reveals the Mysidian legend, which seems to speak to him. Using the Devil's Road, Cecil returns to Baron. They discover the king has been replaced by Cognazo, the Water Archfiend, and Yang has been brainwashed. After freeing Yang and defeating the Archfiend, the group narrowly escapes death, and Porum sacrifices themselves by turning to stone to hold the deadly trap. Mourning their loss, Cecil moves forward. Sid then joins them and unveils his latest invention, the airship Enterprise. After intercepting Kane among the Red Wings, Cecil learns that Golbez demands the Earth Crystal to spare Rosa's life. They travel to Troia, only to find that the Dark Elf has stolen it. Finding Edward recovering there, they use a Whisper Weed to counter the Dark Elf's magic. Cecil defeats the elf and secures the crystal. At the Tower of Zod, Cecil's group battles through the Magus Sisters and confronts Golbez. Despite surrendering the crystal, Golbez refuses to release Rosa. In desperation, Tella casts Meteor, severely wounding him, but dying from the strain. Golbez then flees, freeing Kane from his control. Cecil and Rosa reunite, sharing a kiss, and Rosa warps the group back to Baron, just as the tower collapses. It's at this point Kane explains Golbez's true goal: collect the 4 dark crystals to open the way to the moon. Using the Magma Stone, the party descends into the Underworld. They crash land amid a battle between dwarves and the Red Wings. Despite King Giot's efforts to safeguard the crystals, Golbez steals another. The party then defeats the possessed dolls, Calcabrina, but Golbez incapacitates them. Rydia, now grown and powerful, reappears and drives him off. King Giot then urges Cecil to assault the Tower of Babel to reclaim the crystals. Although they defeat Dr. Luge, they fail to prevent the tower's cannons from firing on the dwarves. Yang then sacrifices himself to destroy the artillery. As they flee, Golbez collapses the bridge, but Sid arrives in the Enterprise, saving them at the cost of his own well-being. Returning to Baron, Sid's engineers upgrade the Enterprise to transport a hovercraft. The party then ventures to Eblan, where they meet Prince Edge, who unsuccessfully battles Rubicant, the Fire Archfiend. Edge then joins Cecil's team. They infiltrate the Tower of Babel through its cave, only to find Edge's parents, transformed into monsters by Luge. Regaining their senses, they beg Edge to end their lives. Rubicant, although an honorable foe, faces the party and is defeated. After falling into an airship hidden inside Babel, they name it the Falcon. Sid, rescued by the dwarves, equips it to fly over lava. Giot then gives Cecil the key to the sealed cave to retrieve the final dark crystal. However, once they secure it, Golbez seizes control of Kane again and steals the crystal. The Elder of Mysidia, believing in prophecy, gathers the people to summon the lunar whale from the ocean depths. Cecil and his friends then board the ship and travel to the Red Moon. There, in the Crystal Palace, they meet Fusoya, a Lunarian who reveals that Lunarians fled their ruined world to settle on the moon, sleeping to avoid harming Earth's people. Only Zemus, filled with hatred, opposed this plan, and it is Zemus who manipulated Golbez. It is now that Fusoya also reveals Cecil's true heritage. He is the son of the Lunarian, Kluya, and an Earth woman, making Golbez his brother. With Fusoya's aid, they return to Earth. They then find the Giant of Babel activated, marching to annihilate humanity. In a final desperate stand, all of Cecil's former allies, Edward, Sid, Yang, Palom, Porum, and more, come back together to rally and fight back. Breaking into the Giant, the party defeats its core systems and halts its advances. Golbez then confronts them once more, and Fusoya breaks Zemus' mind control, freeing Golbez, who now remembers his true self, Theodore, Cecil's older brother. Filled with shame, Golbez joins Fusoya in hunting down Zemus. Kane returns, free of guilt, and although he feels unworthy, Cecil and Rosa forgive him. Together, they prepare to head for the moon. Cecil tries to send Rosa and Rydia home, but they stubbornly stay by his side. They venture deep into the lunar subterrane, reaching the lunar core. There, Fusoya and Golbez slay Zemus, but from Zemus' hatred, Zeromus is born. Zeromus strikes down Golbez and Fusoya and nearly annihilates Cecil's party. Yet, through the prayers of their friends on Earth, Cecil and his allies are revived. Using a crystal given by Golbez, Cecil makes Zero-Mess vulnerable, and in an epic battle, they destroy Zero-Mess and save the world. With peace restored, Fusoya returns to sleep with the Lunarians. Golbez, still burdened by his guilt, departs with him, and Cecil bids him farewell as his brother. The Red Moon then vanishes into space. On Earth, the heroes return to rebuild. Edward becomes king of Dam Cyan, Edge becomes king of Eblan, and Yang becomes king of Fabul alongside Sheila. Kain, still seeking redemption, leaves to train at Mount Ordeals. At last, Cecil and Rosa are crowned king and queen of Baron, joined by the rest of their friends. And that is the end of Final Fantasy IV. Honestly, I loved this game growing up. Playing it on the Nintendo DS was absolutely sick. I even loved the packaging that it came in. I had the all black with the silver on the cover. It looks so sick. And from a character standpoint, Cecil is probably one of my favorite main characters to this day. His whole transformation, starting as a Dark Knight and then working his way through Mount Ordeals to eventually become a Paladin and unlock a higher version of himself, was absolutely sick. That really drew me into the game, and I think this is in contrast to the predecessor of Final Fantasy III. This is the game where I actually felt an attachment to the characters. Kain going through mind control and constantly shifting between evil and good, and hell, even Golbez, despite him being a bastard for most of the game, I actually was shocked for the reveal that he's freaking Cecil's brother and kind of felt sorry for him, as he was just being manipulated as well. Games like these really won me over back in the day, and even some of these characters are in later games like Final Fantasy Dissidia, which had a collaboration of characters, kind of like a Smash Bros for Final Fantasy. With that being said, thanks for watching the channel. Don't forget to subscribe and poke the bell icon so you never miss another update. Until next time, peace.